Well, hello. I'm Noah Boyce. I'm an amateur writer, director, and I do a bit of acting. Do we have a clapperboard for this?
No, we don't.
Okay, never mind. That's fine. Low tech. I like it. But yeah, I was told by someone who rhymes with Bomb Blair that he wanted to do a documentary about moi. So I'm kind of here. I've plonked in a bench in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to be answering some questions. I think. Am I going to be answering some questions?
You probably are. You're going to speak from the heart.
Am I? Okay.
And here comes a dog.
I think I'd left my heart in my upper pants.
There's a dog.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's forget the dog.
Yeah, no, I'm very distracted by the dog. I've got a very short attention span. Anyway,
let's go.
Let's go. Okay, well, I got into filmmaking properly when I got into video making when I was 6 years old. And I got like a small little iPod for Christmas. It was like an iPod Touch. It was incredibly low tech, but I do remember it had a camera on it. And children always kind of just play, pretend and kind of make believe when they're really young as a kid. And one day with an iPhone in 2012, I'm pretty sure, I thought just, hey, why don't I record this? So I did it, and it was just the crappiest film you could ever possibly imagine, because I was 6 years old. But I kind of never really stopped, and I kind of just started making more and more films. Made a load of short films, some kind of video content on YouTube, but unlisted, because I was very socially awkward. I didn't want to put my work out there. So, unlisted, for anyone who's not a YouTuber, basically means your video is on the internet. There's a hyperlink to it which you can view it through, but it's not discoverable by the public, and it's not like a public video. So that was kind of how I started out, because I didn't really want to put any of my work out there, really. I was more kind of concerned with just making things for myself, without sounding selfish. But I just wanted to kind of create these little videos for me, and I didn't really think anyone really cared, and I didn't really care what anyone thought.
Was there any part of you that thought if people found it, they'd make fun of you?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely that anxiety, but then again, there weren't really many people in my life to make fun of it either. There was my high school, which sucked, but most high schools suck. But yeah, I was born an only child. I didn't really have many friends growing up, so I didn't really have anyone in my life whose opinion really mattered to me. I was just kind of sitting here with my camera, kind of just enjoying my own company, making my own projects. And yeah, that's kind of just how I started.
Did you think that any other people were doing what you were doing? Did you think there's probably someone out there who's just like me making these videos?
No, not really. Not in the way that I was, because I was just like a 14-year-old with this new kind of Nikon Z50 camera, which I just got at the time, trying to figure out all the settings, trying to figure out everything on my own, and just kind of teaching myself.
Did you like that, or was it more was it lonely, or did you enjoy that?
It was a bit of both, I think, and I think I still get that, because yeah, it was isolating, but it was also safe, because I knew that nothing would really happen.
So did you want to maybe meet more people who were interested in filmmaking, so you weren't us alone, but you still were able to enjoy what you did?
Yeah, no, definitely. I wanted to, like everyone, I wanted to be somewhere I felt like I belonged. I didn't want to be alone making films. Then suddenly, I wasn't.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Kinetic. I'm here with Rory, Sam, Tom, and James, and Finley, and no who's recording. And we're gonna be
welcome back to Kinetic. Kinetic was fun. There was a lot of energy. It was stupidly named. I think we just chose Kinetic because we thought it was cool. But hey, we're kids, and it didn't really matter back then. So yeah, no, we were goofy and we were silly and we didn't really care. And it was a great environment to be around, because I'd never really made films with many people. The only kind of person I'd made films with was my cousin. And yeah, that was kind of how I'd been going on for the entire time before Kinetic. And then when I got there, it was this like kind of whiplash from this certain burst of kind of energy and running around, and suddenly a load of manic kind of young filmmakers that I was working with. And that was cool. That's always cool, I think. And yeah, that was probably one of the highest and kind of happiest points of my life, to be honest, because it was great after quite a while of being alone making films. It was a great experience. So through that, I met Ted, who was a filmmaker I've worked with for a good couple of years now, and meeting him and working with him really was a new chapter in kind of my life and my future career.
Right, so when I first met Noah, I thought he was some weird guy. He was quite a lone wolf until he met me, obviously.
Did you gain more confidence for your own work now you know there's other people just similar to you out there?
Yeah, I definitely think so. So yeah, after Kinetic, I quickly kind of made my first public video, which was a trailer for my kind of debut kind of film, which was called Countdown, which was an action movie, which has kind of aged a bit poorly because the special effects aren't too good now, but it was definitely a step in the right direction in terms of getting a better quality and a better production quality for my films, and that was definitely thanks to working with other people.
When you like became public, gained your own confidence in your own work, did you feel like you didn't really need Ted and other people anymore, or did you still like the company?
No, I mean, it wasn't just company, it was help, and it was confidence as well. Working kind of with Ted like on The Gangster Heist, which was one of the first proper films I worked with him on, was a brilliant experience, and it was brilliant to kind of see how other filmmakers like me worked as well, because I just taught myself everything. So it was a different creative process as well.
So we can't really do this documentary without talking about Lewis Hendricks.
Louis boy, brought him up, great.
You were still, working with other people when you joined the workshop, obviously in the Squid Game cinematic universe we did. You played the main villain, one of the main characters.
I did. I wonder what a genius casting choice that was. I wonder who did that. So yeah, no, it was great. It was very interesting to play the character of Lewis Hendricks. He's obviously the longest character I've ever played over the course of a year and a half on 4 different projects. I don't really do sequels in my own work, so I've never played a character for that long a period.
Obviously you got a lot of love and appreciation for that brilliant character. You carried the universe. It wouldn't have really been anything else.
Oh god, yeah, I'm probably not very good with appreciation, but yeah, no, that was very nice. That was a great experience.
We've gone from a documentary about TJ channels to a documentary about Noah Boyce. So Noah Boyce, or Noah, I'm just going to say Noah for now on because his full name's a bit of a mouthful, but I've known him for, I've known him for about 4 years now. I think it's been 3 years since we did BF since we formed Kinetic. Kinetic has gone into the ground. We haven't posted much. There were a few other videos that we did, but then it just stopped.
I was the one who had to upload them, and I couldn't be asked to upload them because I couldn't be asked.
Noah, though, he was age above us. He finished high school before us, and he was making films. He made The Unexpected, he made Hybrid, he made the Pirates of the Caribbean film, which isn't on there anymore. He took it off. And I did ask him one day, I was like, oh, why did you take it off? And he said because when he was going to do leaving high school, it's like, well, if anyone looks at my account professionally, I want my films that I think are good enough on there, which was fair enough. He's a great filmmaker, but he found his traction in short films.
Then obviously you announced the short film collection on your channel, and that's, I think, when your channel really took off. And
Yeah.
what's your take on that?
Yeah, so I had a load of ideas and had a load of stories, as I always do, really. And yeah, I decided to make a load of short films, and that was a way of experimenting for me. So I made a collection of 8 short films over the course of a year, and I experimented with lighting, with sound, with editing, with performance, and I learned a lot, like a lot more than I would have ever learned anywhere else. Really.
Would you say you did it more for the purposes of the audience's entertainment, or more for your own education?
Though the films that I made, part of the collection, I think, was for my own education, and it was to kind of work out what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, and experiment a bit, because I think that's the key to any kind of person who wants to be a filmmaker, someone who wants to tell stories. Experimentation. You're never going to get anywhere without experimenting, and experimenting obviously includes successes and failures, and the ability to both succeed and fail and then learn from both of those experiences. That's what makes a good filmmaker, I think, and that's what I've been trying to do, at least. I can't say if I've succeeded, but that's what I've been trying.
But would you say that your short film collection was successful in a way that you did get educated?
I learned a lot from it, yes.
So it was successful.
Yeah.
That was your aim,
so.
and you succeeded in it.
To be honest, the final film, which was supposed to be a psychological thriller called The Six Walls, I hit a creative block with. And obviously that's probably pretty good, because that's what you want for experimental film. You're supposed to find innovative solutions to kind of overcome those blocks. But I've decided to change up the structure of that short. So what I've done is I've changed the title and I've changed the premise of the film from The Six Walls to The 6 Seconds. And I cannot say too much more about it, because that'd be giving away the plot. But yeah, bottom line is I hit a creative block, but I've innovated and I found a solution to it, hence why it should be coming out by the end of this year.
And I'm guessing, did that put you down, or do you think that was what you wanted? Because if you're experimenting, surely you want to find ways to come over problems to solve them.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, definitely. I first thought that this was like an awful tragedy, that I'd completely just hit this block with the story. I threw out the script and just wanted to cancel the film, but I found a way around it.
He's made some of the best written, cinematography-wise short films that I think I have seen. I don't watch many short films online, but Noah's are intriguing and interesting. One of them is The Rencounter, which did actually get entered into a film festival. I mean, Noah, he taught me lots of tips and tricks on how to filmmaking, and the pressure of being a director, and like trying to keep calm, staying under pressure, and he helped me with that a lot.
So, I mean, that's kind of how I got to where I am now. And in terms of my future ambitions, I've been reflecting a lot on where I've come from and where I want to go. The reason why I got into film in the first place was to escape. Because film is a form of escapism. We like to place ourselves in the world of this kind of fictional fantasy where we're like the main characters, and we're always right, and we're always special, and everything has a reason, and everything has a purpose. The problem is, real life is not like that at all. I don't really want to use my films and my stories as a way of escape anymore. Not for me and not for other people. What I want to use my films for, and videos in general, which I think is a true purpose of why I do what I do, is that I want to use it as a means of inspiration, inspiring people to find meaning and purpose and happiness in their own reality, and the real world. And film can be, at its truest sense, a form of inspiration. I'd love to do something, inspire some people, even if it's on a small scale, even if it's just like one person, even though I could just make one person's day just a tiny bit better, I'm happy with that. But all I can do is try. I can try, and I can try like hell, and I can just try. That's all anyone can do. And if you think about all the successful people in this career, in this industry, and in general in history, all they ever did was try, isn't it? All any successful person ever did was try.
You know, your journey isn't complete. Is this just the start, or...?
This is just the start. Yeah. My journey is nowhere near complete. This documentary has been about how I kind of discovered filmmaking, how I got into it, really, right? Where I go from here is anyone's guess, really. I have a plan, but whether it's going to pay off, I don't know. But this is definitely the start of something. What that something is, only time will tell.
See what